So this garden is actually about 3 years old, maybe 4 years old now. And we did use weed cloth, so we have just had minimal weeding to do. So it's been helpful. I planted some butterfly weed and that stuff has taken off and they've grown into all of that. So in November, when the seed pods form, I just take them and I spread them around where I want things to grow. I've also got some tiger lilies. My plan is to dig these out, probably contain some of the butterfly weed. I don't want to wreck it though. I do want to keep these because obviously butterflies are good. And I could even possibly just do the blueberries back here, or I could do them up front. But there's just 2 of them, so I don't need a ton of space. But these lilies are just getting a little bit out of hand. And this property and lilies, they're semi-invasive. Like, we have not been able to get rid of some of the lilies that have been under a wood pile for 2 years. No sunlight. Yeah, that's my goal, is to rip these 2 out, grab the blueberry plants, weed really good, thin that out a little bit, and then find a good spot for those blueberries to live. So this is the area of our yard / property that just kind of got taken over by weeds. We do live on an 1.5 acres, so there's bound to be some spots that just kind of get taken over. About 3 years ago, we tried to dig all this stuff out, and we put down some mulch. We didn't put anything underneath because we were new to this type of environment, this type of land. So what we would have done differently is definitely put it down some weed cloth. And I'm actually more of a fan of the cardboard. We did try cardboard over in another spot, and so far it's gone pretty well. So it's kind of a test area right now. If that does well, we'll probably get work on sourcing some more cardboard, but I didn't want to go too crazy with cardboard and all the time and all the mulch needed. So I figured I would try a test area and see how that works, and if it works out well, I think that might be another spot that we kind of take on with cardboard and mulch. But I did have some things planted in here. I think I had some aster, which was promptly ripped out by some deer. And then I also planted some blueberries. This was about 3 years ago. Was not a good spot for them considering how much weeds we have. And we don't get the light probably needed. I also didn't have any type of fencing. And as I just walked over here, I did see a bunny scramble away. So I'm guessing that it's been kind of eaten. Those are 3 years old. They're still alive. You know what I mean? So I'm impressed with that. This one's done a little bit better. But one of the things that I want to do is actually just rescue these. Oh, look. More flowers that we didn't plant that are probably from like over 5 years ago. At least.
10, 15 maybe.
I mean, this probably wasn't the best way to do it, but this thing has been pretty tough, honestly. I mean, the fact that it's held its own in this jungle.
Yeah, it's been sitting here on its own, neglected for a couple years.
Evelyn has been feeding it rocks, though. So that's probably what saved it, actually. Play. This is crazy. Well, I wish we had another bucket, but we don't. So I'm probably just going to use this hole to mix our dirt. That's just gonna go on the bottom, and I'm gonna do the same for the stuff around the sides of this plant. I just want to expose some of the roots so it bonds with this new soil. Yeah, there's layers of clay around the top of this. So I did plant this a little deeper than the ground, so you can see there's a little bit of a lip here. Maybe not more than like an inch or so, but I'd rather plant it a little too deep than not deep enough, and then have it like sticking out of the ground like a hump. So I just planted it a little deeper. I know other people might do it differently. So tomorrow after I make my coffee, I'll bring out some of the coffee grounds and just put it around. They have to be used coffee grounds. You don't want to use like fresh coffee. It's just too acidic. But yeah, since I just transplanted this, I want to go ahead and make sure I'm taking care of the soil right the very next day.